a time and I heard that I was ugly. Came from a bitch who nigga wanna fuck on me. I said my face bomb, ass tight, rack stack of shack height, jury on me flashlight. I've been listening since last night. Hit him with that good, make a nigga act right. Broke boys don't deserve no pussy. I know that's right. Big bag bustin' out the Bentley band. Take a man, Balenciaga brought it back and all these bitches fuck. It's big bags bustin' out the Bentley band. Take a man, working back, party back and all you bitches fuck. If it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuck. If it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuck. Up, then it's up. If it's up, then it's stuck. If it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuck. I can make the party hot. I can make your body rock. Bitches say they fucking with me. Chances are they probably not. If I had a dick, you probably lick it like a lollipop. Hoes speaking Japanese, hit 'em with karate chop. I'm forever popping shit, pulling up and dropping shit. Gotta argue with 'em 'cause a nigga love a toxic bitch. Niggas out here playing, gotta make 'em understand. If ain't no ring on my finger, you ain't going on my gram. Set my face bomb, ass tight, rack stack of shack height, jury on me flashlight. I've been listening since last night. Hit 'em with that good, make a nigga act right. Broke boys don't deserve no pussy. I know that's right. Big bag bustin' out the Bentley band. Take a man, Balenciaga brought it back and all these bitches fuck. It's big bags bustin' out the Bentley band. Take a man, working back, party back and all you bitches fuck. If it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuck. If it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuck. Up, then it's up. If it's up, then it's stuck. If it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuck. Bitches ain't fucking with me now and I can see why. Dirty ass, dusty ass bitch, you got pink eye. Bitches won't smoke until I bring it to their doorstep. Tell that bitch back, breath smell like horse sex. Put it on him now, he will never be the same. Tat it on my ass 'cause I really like the pain. He nutted on my butt, I said I'm glad that you came. If that nigga had a twin, I would let him run the train. Big bag bustin' out the Bentley band. Take a man, Balenciaga brought it back and all these bitches fuck. It's big bags bustin' out the Bentley band. Take a man, working back, party back and all you bitches fuck. If it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuck. If it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuck. Up, then it's up. If it's up, then it's stuck. If it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuck. Gotta play it safe, no face, no case.
Welcome to the Smiling Suffer podcast. On the mic, you got Corey, and here with me is Mr. G.
What up? What to do?
So I want to start off this episode with this quick clip of this guy. His name, he goes by Mr. Macaroni.
Yeah,
Right?
Instagram comedian.
He's an Eastern Instagram comedian. Check this out.
I don't know his full name.
This is in regards. Oh,
No, that's not the right.
sorry, I had the wrong one queued up. But it's in regards to the EndSARS protest that's going on right now. Yeah, this is the clip. So this is the clip of him in a. I'm not gonna dwell on this. So it's basically him in this bus, right? In this, what they call them, those Black Marias. Him and like a bunch of people that they put.
And the Black Maria is owned by LCC.
LCC.
Which is weird.
So okay, for those that are wondering what the heck we're talking about, right? Hold on a second. For those wondering what the heck we're talking about, so Wale, can we just take it from the top? EndSARS happened last year, right? October
20th.
Yeah. So October 20th.
2020.
Some people died.
Yes.
It was pretty heartbreaking. It was trending all over the world. There were people that were pissed off because basically they were fighting for Nigerian police to stop brutalizing young Nigerians, right? And they also had other demands, but that was what started it. Now, since then, the protest happened at this Lekki toll gate, right? And at Lekki toll gate, they ended up shutting the place down. It's been shut down this whole time. And they haven't reopened it up. In order to reopen it up, they had put together a panel, right?
Yes.
Of 8 people.
And one chairperson.
And one chairperson. And so there's been a lot leading up to this because everyone, when everyone thinks of Lekki Tollgate, it kind of brings up these emotions of these people that got
Now,
killed.
by opening it up, the toll is open to drive through, but there's no one there.
There's no one collecting money. Yeah.
And
Manning the place. Before it used to be this company, LCC company, right?
Something.
Yeah, LCC.
Yeah, LCC. That's the company in which people say
Tinubu
might
owns.
own.
Now he denies it.
Denied it.
He denies it. But they're the ones that manage the collection of fees
And staff and stuff like
and
that.
staff. So up until this decision that was made, how recently was this made?
Decision was made probably a week ago.
A week ago.
Less than
There were a bunch of well-known people that were on there. I know we had discussed Sega Link. He was one of the people that used to work with EndSARS, with SARS to release prisoners from SARS.
Renu, who's like known as an activist, and
Okay.
she's
Is she part of the feminist coalition?
no,
Okay.
but she was on the panel. She's
Okay.
one of the people that voted against opening.
Okay.
But Sega Link is the most controversial name on that list.
Okay.
And he voted for
He wanted to open it back up.
to open it back up. Yes.
I know he was recently on Clubhouse.
Yes.
He was defending himself. There were people that came for him.
Yes.
But long story short, they voted to open this place back up. And was yesterday the first time they opened up?
I don't know what day they were. So here's his reasoning.
Yeah.
So his reasoning was that when he was on Clubhouse talking in the room, he was saying that they're not opening as business as usual, but the term business as usual was used vaguely.
Yeah.
But it's saying what that meant was LCC have remote offices. They have staff who have not been able to work.
Yeah.
They also have remote offices which have not also opened in fear of riot, retaliation. Retaliation.
Mm-hmm.
They also have they need to get insurance involved to know the damages done and get an appraisal and
John Terry and Dean Smith there on the
Sorry
side.
about that. Sorry.
and to get an appraisal and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So basically, voting was for them to hand over back to LCC to then be able to start the process of getting an insurance claim, repairs, and then opening up.
Okay.
Opening up might mean next week, it can mean 3 months, it can mean whatever.
Okay.
Now, fortunately, we're able to have people on the other side. Temi Tokwe, a guy who voted against the movement, and their side is also saying that the investigation is still ongoing. So why should we, give its control back to LCC? Then some people also raise a point of, hey, investigation. We need to get evidence and stuff like that. And he's saying, well, toll doesn't. There's no evidence there again. Basically, in terms of rain has fallen. The Lagos State cleaners have cleaned the place. Cars have driven through. That at this point he doesn't see a reason for the toll to not be handed over back to LCC.
Yeah.
And like we said, the votes were 4-4. So it was 4 people voted yes to give it back. 4 people voted no, and I think the chairperson was a tiebreaker and voted for the opening. So, but Sega is the most controversial name because obviously with what happened with the whole EndSARS and FEMCO and him denouncing and attacking, so he's the one that has been the grunt of the, everybody's anger has been at him, and stuff like that. And so it wasn't. He was trying to defend himself in a way where he was trying to give his reasoning for voting. I don't think he cares what anyone thinks about him, but he just wanted to kind of give his reasoning for. Okay. And so people are aggrieved, and rightfully so, because nobody has been prosecuted. Yeah. Nobody has been charged. Yeah. Nobody has been, nothing has done. And I know also they think they mentioned something about giving the victim some sort of compensation. Yeah. Yeah, so
and none of that has happened.
I don't know if that's happened, but I think one of his statements was something like about so like he's trying to just say, look, let LCC have it back, let them do what they need to do. It's not stopping anything, but a lot of them are saying no, they're still pending cases, and they're still, and why would we give the company who was in charge? Because a lot of people to hold LCC accountable because you're seeing they're taking out cameras. So,
So
stuff like
I
that.
found the clip that I was looking for. Let me just quickly play it.
His name is Black Maria.
Yeah, this was right after he got arrested.
This is not prayer, guys. This is Camila Yapinola. Yes,
Hold on, please.
Please, I'm
They let you to get inside the Black Maria. How do they switch on the location? No, I don't know.
we are together now.
Alongside me.
So, yeah. I used to this guy. Those guys was
Sorry, I have the wrong clip again. That wasn't the right clip. There was actually a clip where he was talking. But the long story short is that he was one of the people that they arrested today. So what I'm guessing is that they opened back up Lekki Tollgate today. LCC was there, clearly, right?
LCC was there with Black Maria.
Yeah. They opened it back up, and some people went there to protest. And they arrested all of
There was
them.
a planned protest. I think they arrested a lot of people, and they charged them with breaking the 50-person COVID gathering limits.
Okay, so that's what it was.
Breaking the order not to protest, which is a very funny. What's order not to protest?
Now, is there really a 50-person gathering limit? If there is it lawful?
Maybe not. These are the same people. No, it's like that thing that happened in, was it Uganda? What country with them, Omale, where they were claiming. But these are the same people doing. They're not. It's not something they're enforcing. Let's be honest. Like they go to some clubs. They look fine. That's fine. They broke that limit. But which one is the order not to protest?
Okay.
Protest is your constitutional
right.
It's in there. So what order not to protest is there?
So, which is why I always say, look, if people are actually going to protest, it's very important that people know the exact right so that they stay within the laws, right?
Yes.
Because the last thing we want is to encourage people to go out there with them not being empowered with knowledge, with the real information as far as what they can and can't do, and then something ends up happening where someone ends up dying again. That's the last thing we want, right?
Yes.
So I think it's very important. One other thing I wanted to mention was the fact that they've been released now. Apparently,
They have been released.
and they said Sega Link is taking credit.
So it's funny. I've seen. I don't know, man. I really don't know what to make about this thing. I've seen 2 tweets. One tweet was from Sega Link, who says he was retweeting a tweet from citizens_Gavo page, which is supposed to be. It says Tech for Justice, and it said updates: all defendants have been granted bail, and our lawyers are working to perfect their bail bond. Sega says, "Thank you, distinguished, and to everyone that contributed to the possibility of this today." And he put some hashtags, and then he put some people's tags, and put the praying hand emoji. I don't know if he's taking credit or saying whatever.
Yeah.
Then FK also puts, that's the feminist
coalition.
FK, Abudu, and she says the thanks really is to the people that spent the entire day on the ground in different stations doing whatever needed to be. And she also tagged some people, and I hail, if I ever get in trouble, I know who to call. And she had tweeted earlier about them getting confirmation that the people were taken to Panti station and lawyers. Look, the whole thing is, I don't know who really got them out.
But today it seemed like that Mr. Macaroni was the face of the protest today.
I don't necessarily care who got them out, but I'm glad they got them out. So if it's FK, if it's Sega, whoever it is, I'm thankful, and all the other people they tagged, I'm thankful for getting them out, because protesting is your fundamental right. Now, as far as Mr. Macaroni goes,
look at this.
Yeah. Now, as far as Mr. Macaroni
inhumane.
goes, he's
This
the
is
most
ridiculous.
He's the most high-profile person that got arrested.
Yeah, he is.
And he was treated like a nobody. Now it's arguably, I'm not surprised, based on if that was a P Square or the Band or Wizkid or Davido, this would not happen to them, obviously.
Yeah.
And it just shows you the state of Nigeria. Just because you're even a celeb, it's still about money. It's still about who has the money, controls the power. See how they treated him.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm pretty. They know him. They recorded it and they were saying,
They were like, Mr.
Mr.
Macaroni, what are you doing here?
who sent you to do this? Then you heard the officers in the background telling people that, it's because people don't have work.
Yeah.
That's why, you know, it's just, look, the problem with Nigeria is not only...
dazed in that,
it looked
in that,
exhausted,
in that,
it looked exhausted. But the problem with Nigeria is not only government, it's the people themselves too.
Yeah.
You know, so...
They said that there's also protests going on in Ibadan right now.
Have you been tracking it?
Riots. Yeah, riots.
It's not protests. Yeah.
Do you know what the source of that was?
They said some Hausa guy man killed a Yoruba person.
Yeah, used jazz or something.
Whatever it was, and these illiterates decided that they're going to start killing. I think this happened on Thursday, and they decided they're going to start clashing with Hausa people.
Yes, and it's been going on till today.
Going on for today, and they've been killing. And the funny thing about this thing is, it's not even these stereotypical herdsmen that you're tagging as it's going to be innocent abokis and Okada riders and suya sellers, and these are the people that are going to get died. And also, what I heard is, during the whole EndSARS stuff, Shane Makinde had told the police to kind of step down, and they funded the Amotekun stuff, which is like a private. It's like supposed to be police. It's supposed to be police for southwestern. It's are
they like a vigilante?
It's almost like, but like how police is.
That's some of the destruction they did.
Yeah, police is like controlled by the government.
Yeah.
Amotekun is controlled by southwestern governors, so I think they form their own,
like a militia,
in a way to
counter. I mean,
so it's a Western Nigerian security. So
Look at them.
Hold on. So Amotekun is a Western Nigerian security network, and it is based in all the 6 states in the southwestern Nigeria region.
Yeah.
So what I heard was he had told them to be the ones to deal with stuff. I guess maybe because he can control them,
and not the police.
So now I'm hearing that even the police in Ibadan or your state too are on. They've been like, whatever, we're not going to do stuff too. So they're not helping. Then there are rumors too that a police officer has shot an Amotekun officer somewhere. It's a little messy. The whole thing is just like, I've been reading news, but I don't know how true it is.
That's the thing. You never know. Oh, sorry, this is the Lekki toll.
So you never really know how these things go, but Nigeria is just...
Yeah, there seems to be a lot going on right now.
And the funny thing is, the poor will suffer. The poor will die. The poor will suffer.
Ultimately, this looks like this was a fight that happened between an Hausa man and a Yoruba man yesterday.
And what happens is, you have someone like Sunday Igboho who's going around, it's and we had that guy, the Dele Farotimi, the lawyer guy.
The lawyer, yeah.
And he said something. He said, because the problem is the way we're doing this thing is we're only going to breed hate against each other.
Yeah.
And you're going to have extremists on both sides. So now see that video that you placed briefly. The guy says Soja is still supporting Hausa.
Yeah.
Why can't the Hausas are Nigerians?
The Nigerians too.
And the constitution says any Nigerian, regardless of where you're from, has the right to move freely and occupy, live in any part of the country, because you're Nigerians. Ibadan, your state is not only for Yoruba people. Kaduna is not only for Hausa people. Imo State is not only for Igbo. Do you get what I'm saying? Edo is not only for Edo. But these things are the issues of Nigeria. Now you're going to go and kill. So because one Hausa man supposedly killed a Yoruba person,
you're going to go and kill all these Hausa people.
Hear this whole. I can hear the whole.
Hold on.
Yeah, I don't know this. It's I don't know how this is gonna work, but
no, it's not good. You can hear it, but it's not gonna come through.
But yeah, so you have the Hausa and you should be becoming tribal wars. Now in retaliation, don't be surprised if Hausa people are in the north starts finding Yoruba people to fight against.
Yeah, it could get really
and
bad.
like I said, who suffers it? The poor people. The areas where these things are, it's the poor people. It could turn left quickly.
Yeah, man, I don't know.
Nigeria is, and we just have people that are quiet.
I'm hoping we get more clarity as the days go by, and at least maybe things calm down. But my only thing is this, right? In regards to EndSARS, here's my only commentary. Is I hear so much information back and forth. You know, I was in a bunch of those rooms, clubhouse rooms this week, with all these people that came to speak. I've heard, and I'm hearing there's a growing sentiment of people that are saying that, look, we might have reached the very end of this protest of ours in terms of being peaceful. Now, that's not to say that they're advocating for violence, but that's the discussion that's going on right now, is whether this peaceful thing that we're doing is working. Because they look at what happened on October, there didn't seem to be any accountability for what happened.
And now you're opening it back up.
And then you're seeing, you know, military people, like police people at Lekki toll gates.
Yeah, Lagos police. And
So people are starting to wonder whether we've reached a head. Now, I'm speaking here from America. I can't tell anyone what they need to do. All I can ask for is whatever you do, man, just be ready for the consequences and understand that if you go out there, you know, again, I can't do it.
So
I just couldn't do it.
You can't tell people. So like Macaroni, Mr. Macaroni is been known since his Redeemers University days.
Yeah.
I think they expelled him. He's been known to like go against the injustice of the system.
Okay.
So, you know, I'm not surprised to see him at the forefront of this. So if you're that kind of person, go ahead. You know, do what you feel you need to do. And like you said, there might be consequences.
Yeah.
You need to face it because you keep pushing it. The thing I don't like is people who clearly have vested interests somewhere else and trying to control the narrative or take this limelight or spotlight and make it about them, or people who are mobilizing people to go protest and you're not even bothered about you yourself going to protest or whatever happens. You want to be a hero from somewhere, and you know these I feel like you said, you can't do it. If I was in Nigeria, would I protest? I probably would not go out there. I don't think I have the mind for it. But I would not at the same time push somebody to or not to go against it. You know, I will have to tell you, like, I'm not going to come on Clubhouse and mobilize you or go on Twitter and say, yeah, we have to fight the fire, have to fight the justice, saying no to this, and then I'm in my house. Or I'm in America here and I'm not doing anything. But I will respect you if you decide you're going to go, like Mr. Macaroni, and if you decide you're not going to go, I respect you. But I do think where we need to look, at the end of the day, we have seen Nigeria does not care. We need to stop this narrative or our votes don't count. We have to start finding. Then also we have to start finding how to make this thing count.
Okay.
Now, unfortunately, we're only two. There's one party in Nigeria that is divided into two.
APC and
You
PDP.
just see FFK, Fanika, they just moved back to APC after spending years of abusing Buhari.
APC.
We saw when Dino was in APC and moved to PDP, and now he's been singing. So there's only one party. Now, I do believe if you want to infiltrate, rather than going to go and start your own party, those are the parties we need to infiltrate. But also, when we want to do that, we start thinking of things like presidency. Who are you that you want to go into presidency? Go and start from somewhere small. Start infiltrating from the ground roots, from local government. Someone said one thing the other day in one of those rooms, that see Banky W. If Banky W had actually joined the PDP or APC, maybe you'll have had a better chance.
So you really do think that there is a way that we can make change through political action?
I do think,
but
I
that
think we have
that?
to put away our sentiments of not liking those two parties, and you have to be in those two parties.
Because that's been the argument. Some people feel like there's no hope going that route. But you're saying that.
You see, you look at the Desmond idiots and the women and all those people that join. If those people were actually sensible people, they will make change. They're in positions of power. But unfortunately, these people that are still getting this situation are idiots. So I believe politics, because policy is where power is. Politics is where power is. This is where you can actually start change. Can you imagine if 20 years from now, you have a certain number of people running in the they're in the House of Reps, and you want to pass a bill, a progressive bill for the country? Do you know how easy it would be for them to say yes? But the people that you have are there now are not that progressive.
So it's a matter of occupying those.
You have to occupy those spaces. Look at AOT. People don't like her. People like her, but she's making use of where she is. But all this noise she's making, she cannot do it if she was not into politics. You get what I'm saying? So regardless of what side of the divide you are, you can only make change from when you're inside. Now, especially in a country like Nigeria, they don't care. Now, tomorrow, I won't blame Macaroni if tomorrow he says I'm not going to protest again.
So what if some people say that, or what if the argument for that, I'm just playing devil's advocate here, is that they may say that in order for PDP or APC to accept you, you would need to be corrupted to an extent.
Some
You know what I'm
people
saying?
make
They
that
would need to have
argument,
something over your head.
but why do you believe that? Do you know why we
everyone
believe
that's
that?
gone through them so far looks like they've been corrupted.
Because you are the product of your environment. You yourself were corrupt to start with.
Yeah.
Nobody forced you to be corrupt. You went in there. A lot of these youth reps that are going at youth also want to go in there to chop their own slice of national cake. They're not going there to go and, Now, Dele Farotimi claims his own solution is tear the constitution and start it again. And he says the constitution was not made for the Nigerian.
And I remember you asked him what exactly about the constitution.
His own has been the
he just
whole
said,
thing,
look, just get rid of the whole thing.
Yes, his own has been the whole thing. I asked him, I said,
but then how do you need to be a politician?
So, now,
you need to be in the Senate and Congress in order to do that. And everyone will need to be in agreement in order to do that.
Exactly. So if we have these people in large numbers in that, and one day we say, okay, let's pass a progressive bill. Also, passing a law is different from upholding the law.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like a lot of these people, like all these talking heads that come, they say do this, do that. I feel like they're giving mixed signals because it's. I mean, how can you tell a youth that look, we just need to get rid of the constitution? What are they going to do with that?
So, and that's why
as a youth, you know what I'm saying.
So that's why his fight is continue your thing.
So
people are claiming that they're also scared that now the government is actually scared of, because when you protest, now Al Jazeera has picked up this whole thing.
Yeah.
So you can't control Al Jazeera.
Yeah.
You can't control CNN.
So you bring attention.
So you bring attention.
So maybe the answer is maybe we just fight on all fronts.
So exactly.
The protest,
but
the political action, everything.
But it is easy for United States to look the other way if they choose to. I've also told you we should not be waiting for another country to come and solve our problem.
No, we can't.
So now, if you can force sanctions, the sanctions help on one front. Fine, but we shouldn't give up as people. Political office, run for office. And you that are running for office, don't go and run because you want to go and steal money and make your stomach fatter and sit down there and be making. We've seen it. Desmond Elliott, he has shown himself. Does that look like somebody that was made corrupt? That sounds like someone that's just an idiot on his own. He was more concerned about the comments he was getting on Instagram and what Nigerian youths were putting on Instagram. And then when you ask him, what have you done for your constitution? He went to get a freaking bucket and put water inside for you to wash your hand for COVID. Then he made a bridge out of tukpako wood and put one on that, and he put a signboard. The signboard is even more expensive than the bridge. So these are the people that are in office.
Oh, wow. I want to move on to something else really quickly. This is I don't know if you heard, but there was CBN pretty much banned cryptocurrency. Do you know exactly what they did? I don't think they banned it necessarily. I think they just prevented
you can't trade crypto
you from trading
in
it
Nigeria. Not so like you can trade
on Nigerian exchanges.
So you can't use Nigerian banks.
I
so
see.
if you have any crypto app, Coinbase, whatever, and you have a Nigerian account in there, you can't buy crypto anymore.
And it was done by this was a directive from the CBN governor. What's his name again?
Emefiele or something like that.
It's funny, they put his picture there. They didn't even put the name.
No, his name is Emefiele. I just don't know the
Emefiele.
Something. It's something along that line. I just don't want to mispronounce his name.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Godwin Emefiele. I was right.
CBN governor
Emefiele.
Godwin Emefiele over banning banks from digital currencies is inexplicable. You see, these are one of the things that people are complaining about again. That the little hope that we have to maybe trade currency or maybe trade cryptos outside of the nonsense. Let me finish now. People are saying the little hope that we have that maybe we can only use crypto to even better ourselves. Maybe they're taking that away from people. That's adding more frustration.
They're saying crypto is the reason Bitcoin is why Nigerian economy is bad.
What?
Yeah, they've been blaming. They have this stupid idea that this currency thing, this valuation of the naira is like the main thing in their head.
Yeah,
your currency to the other currency. Like Now that's why they first started with the whole if I'm sending money to Nigeria, you have to receive it in Nigeria in dollars to help the circulation to help the currency. So they're saying with Bitcoin now, it's funny because with Bitcoin, I have one Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I send it
can
to you.
Circumvent that whole
Yes, you don't need to go
process.
through CBN.
Yeah.
You don't need to give the dollars. You just change it to and that's their focus. Now
it's a threat to them.
It is a threat, and they can't tax it. They can't make any money out of it.
They can't. And it turns out Nigeria also happens to be one of the biggest
the second largest Bitcoin trading, or third
in the world.
In the world, yeah.
I even thought it was Africa. In the world.
In the world, yeah. Nigeria
Wow.
is it's in the top 3, I think.
Meanwhile, Kenya decided to recently make Bitcoin legal in their own. I saw that. As in those ones. So all this stuff is going on. I say this to say that look, there's all these mounting frustrations going on in Nigeria, and then you have a presidential election coming up in 2 years, 2023, and I think everything is going to come to a head come 2023. But
yeah, Nigeria is number 2 in Bitcoin market after the US.
Wow. And they're taking that away from people.
Yeah, because they can't make money from it. They can't tax it. And that money, now their claim is, it's so volatile.
Yeah.
There's a lot of risk involved. People can lose their money, and they try to comfort it in an economic way. What if Bitcoin should drop tomorrow and there are billions of naira in it and everybody loses their money? So what? Is it your job to tell me how to trade?
Oh, wow.
You're not ready to empower. It's a country that the president's idea of empowering is to give you keke napep and $10,000 naira to go and start business.
Yeah, it's messy.
Yeah, that country is, it's messy. They one of them said Bitcoin is the Nigeria economy has fallen or something like that.
So what else happened this week? Well, the last couple of weeks. I know a lot has happened. I know you've been doing a lot of moderating on Clubhouse.
Yeah, I'm interested in Naija people now, so I've always been getting the...
Yeah, do you have any other insights in what's going on, just in general, especially in these Clubhouse conversations? Because Clubhouse seems to be the one place that we all get to meet from all over the world.
It's a very comfortable place. You don't have to leave your house or whatever you're doing. And some of these people, where next would you ever talk to them?
That's true.
Talk about like or hate Sega. Or loathe him, whatever, you hear about the panel. Clubhouse gave you a platform for you to actually ask somebody that was on the panel, what the hell are you guys thinking or doing?
Yeah.
Nigeria doesn't give you that opportunity to question things. You just hear it's happened.
Yeah.
So I think Clubhouse has brought that gap where you can actually just, be able to meet people that and question them.
Yeah.
Ask them intelligent questions to understand,
Yeah.
Whether you're against or in support of what they've done. Ask them the question so you yourself can understand.
How about those people that say, and this is something that I've seen come up a lot on Clubhouse, is the people that keep saying that in order to have conversations, or certain conversations, that you need to be able to get, subject matter experts or people that are authority on the matters, right? To bring them into the room before you can have those conversations. And I'll give you an example. For instance, like it was, they wanted to talk Biafra war in one of these rooms, right?
So you must get somebody from.
And obviously with Biafra, people are still very sensitive about it. Things got heated, and it became this thing of, well, in order to have this conversation, you need to go to the the Biafra room or the Igbo room and get someone there, and then get that person as a moderator in order for you to have authoritative conversations. And to me, it just felt like
it's pandering.
This is a way to limit conversations.
It's pandering, and
because that means if something was happening, right? Yes. And it was right, like that means you would have to wait
exactly
before you to get somebody. I mean, it just seems like you're going through all these hoops just to have a conversation. And it limits conversation.
Let me keep it simpler. So you want to open I would assume that you want to open a room about, let's say, tech, for instance, and you're not a tech person. There are 2 ways you can go about it. You can always just, first of all, anything that anyone says on Clubhouse is their opinion.
Yeah.
unless they are stating it's fact and they represent, a specific,
it's just an opinion.
law. And they're coming as, yes, this is fact I did, but it's an opinion for the majority of the time. So if a non-tech person, for instance, someone who's far removed from tech, comes out to open a room and says he wants to start talking about tech,
and wants to talk about an iPhone or something,
he's allowed to. It's up to you to say, okay, this guy is not speaking any sense, I'm going to leave. It's also up for you to fact check things that people tell you on Clubhouse. Clubhouse is not heaven. It's not a place where anything is final.
It's just
it's a conversation. So when you're in your house and you and your friends are talking tech or Biafra or whatever, do you now go and say, guys, hold on, let's go and get somebody that it's the thing is like people even on your Twitter account, you can tweet whatever you want to tweet about any topic.
So some people would argue that the reason why that they feel the need to do this is because that some people will feel very offended when you're having conversations about them, and because they're not involved in those conversations. Well, the way they phrase it is that you are it's almost kind of like hate speech in a way, is how they frame it. I don't agree with it, but the way they frame it is that you're coming from a place of privilege.
You know what I want to say to those people?
You're coming from a place, let me finish. You're coming from a place of privilege, and you're discussing people's pain or people's struggle, right? And you're not even giving them a chance to be able to be involved in those discussions. So they'll say that in a way that's kind of like hate speech is how they would term it.
Yes, I listen to them say that a lot.
And I hear this argument a lot. And it's gone to the point that, I'm not going to be specific, but there have been instances where you've had certain groups that got really, really pissed off. And they went to go get other people online to come into these rooms to attack people and to drag people down because they felt like the authoritative people were not moderating the room. It's not that they weren't represented in the room. They felt like the authoritative people were not moderating the room. And I guess my question to this is that if we're going down this path, and I'm seeing it a lot, I'm seeing calls for this a lot. I mean, at what point will Clubhouse just turn to Twitter? That's where I see it going at this point.
I think people don't understand the ideology of opinion and free speech. As long as, even if you choose to attack, if you choose to attack, yes, you can someone can report you or whatever, but objective speaking, a lot of people also want control and power. A man who is, and I'll keep using tech because I'm in tech, a tech man does not want to see a non-tech person run a room that has 1,000 people inside talking about tech. When his own tech room is only getting 20 people. So he comes in and then makes it seem like, what the hell, you don't know what you're talking about. It's possible the person doesn't know what they're talking about. But guess what? That's their room.
It is.
So why does that, if that person feels, I don't want to call a tech person to come and explain shit and I'm going to just spew whatever rubbish I know, then go ahead and do it. Now, intentionally attacking somebody or hating, that's a different thing entirely. So you talk about Biafra, and we make statements. We make a lot of statements. We make a lot of statements.
Even on here, there are a lot of things that we say that aren't necessarily factual.
Exactly. It's
from our limited.
And I've had people send me messages after say, "Oh no, this is what it." I say, "Oh, okay, true, cool." I thought it was. It's not my words. It's not my. It's not the Bible. It's not the Ten Commandments.
It's not.
So I might be speaking from what I know.
Yeah.
So if my experience with what I know in Biafra is I'm speaking about this on Biafra, as long as I'm not attacking the Biafran people or calling them names, I'm allowed to. I should speak what I feel I know. Now it's up to you to come and now say, oh, if I give you the opportunity to say, oh, actually, object, no, not really. That's like you're a little wrong with your stats. This is actually the real stats. But I don't think you have to go and now say before I have this conversation, because even in that community of Biafrans. There are people that are still against Biafra itself.
And there are people that don't necessarily agree.
And there are people that don't necessarily agree. And there are people that have stances that are strong on it and are even very worse than what you even could have possibly said.
And another thing is the idea that we have certain authoritative people.
There's subject matters
that talk about certain things. I think it's ridiculous because
it's pandering. That's what it is.
There's no one group unless you went to university as an Igbo studies professor, and that is your tag.
Exactly.
You're not really an expert.
And you don't have to be
It's
Igbo or Yoruba
No, you
or
don't.
Hausa
You shouldn't have
to be able to speak. You're a
You
Nigerian.
shouldn't have to be. You should. And I'm seeing this take
Because
over.
if that's the case, then women only speak about women issues. Men only speak about men issues. Black people only speak about black people.
Yeah.
Tech people only speak about tech issues. Don't speak about anything that is not your what you study. That's what we're saying.
And don't get me wrong, I get the idea of having representation there because it makes the conversation more authentic. Like if we're having a conversation about women, for instance,
And it's all men.
and
yes.
it's all men. Obviously, it's
It
not
might
really
look-
authentic.
It might look
So
less
I understand
authentic.
the
But-
representation, but the idea that it needs to be
But
stared.
you don't have to dismiss a room of
Yeah, no, you don't.
thinking that, because listen to them talk first.
Yeah, you don't.
Listen to what they have to say. What if these men really are doing things to
Yeah.
empower women?
I
And they felt they wanted to be the only ones talking in the room. But yes, you feel like, okay, you know what happened yesterday in the room we had Aisha yesterday. We made a conscious
Aisha,
decision.
wait, Aisha, can you
Yusuf,
tell people who Aisha Yusuf.
Yusuf, this is-
She-
yes,
she's
not Yusuf,
the-
Yusuf.
Yusuf,
I think like that.
She's the lady,
The lady
that
with that iconic picture.
with the hands up.
hijab
She was
and
one of
hands
the first
up,
people
yes.
on the front lines of EndSARS
Yes.
in October
She
2020.
almost died self because she was there. She's one. We had her on yesterday, and we made a conscious decision to say, okay, you know what? Let's bring women up.
Oh,
So
I remember
we
that. I heard that.
We asked women to come up, and then Aisha said, "Don't force them.
Yeah, it's not by force.
It's not by force. If they want to speak, they'll speak."
Yeah.
There was even a woman who was speaking and was she asked a few questions. Supposed to ask one question. She asked a few questions. Aisha took a quirky jab and said, "Oh wow, you actually asked a lot of questions. Maybe they were lenient to you because you're a woman." See, to her now, it's like, see, you guys
It's
are
like you guys are
overcompensating because you want to be neutral as possible.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
do you understand? It's like, no, if is equality for all, don't go and so if I feel I want to start a room now, like this is the Smile Software podcast. We're talking what we're talking. If a topic comes up about women empowerment and we want to talk about it, do we have to call a woman to come and chime in? What if the woman we're calling is even more clueless than we are?
Yeah, or even more sexist.
Or more sexist than we are, because there are women like that too.
Yeah,
there are women
no
that will
one
tell,
can speak
there are
for
women that tell you
anyone.
that no, patriarchy is the best. There are women who tell you.
Oh yeah. There are people, there are women that don't give
Now
a
I can
shit
understand
about
that if you want to make it an expert conversation, you feel the need to get experts.
Exactly. But if we're just having
a conversation, I don't think it's as
it should
easy.
never
It's
be that
we're
serious.
just talking. So if you want to have that's even why when they do their stock rooms, everybody's always scared and saying, "See, I'm not a stock expert. Don't go and say you put your money there."
Yes.
Because
everyone is always doing
disclaimer now, guy. You know this thing, and it's like there are no gatekeepers.
Yeah,
We're trying to give people authority to be gatekeepers.
Yeah.
They're not gatekeepers.
Yeah.
This is an app, and it's just imagine a room is you just speaking with your people.
Yeah.
Whoever wants to listen should listen, as long as you're not out there. So you shouldn't dismiss me, or I shouldn't dismiss you. I can come into your room and you're talking about tech. I'm not a tech person. You're just saying rubbish, and I'll just be like, well, I pity the people that are taking this guy serious, and I leave. I should not be insulted that 2,000 people are listening to you spoil your rubbish.
That's ridiculous.
You're not attacking anybody.
That's ridiculous.
You're not making hate speech.
Speaking of women, did you recently see that story about the Nigerian actress that came out and she was pretty much vexing for everyone? She came out with these cars, right? These luxurious cars.
No, I haven't been like anything I know about. I don't go on Insta blog. I don't go.
She's
on
a Nollywood actress.
Blog. The only
I just
Nigerian
know.
news I follow is like the politics aspect, like Buhari appointing the former chief of staff as ambassadors now.
Oh, okay.
Giving it,
I just thought it was funny, and I'm trying to find the
But as
video
far as
now.
like all these other things, I haven't really been.
It wasn't like a big deal for that long. I think it was only like the day. I think it was a slow news day, but it was basically this lady that came out and was like, "Why would you accuse?" There's this thing in Nollywood where they say that Nollywood actresses they get a lot of their money from doing ashawo work.
Yeah,
there's no proof to it whatsoever,
it's a thing that,
but it's a thing.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
It's a thing that's like people say happens.
Yes. So there's this girl that was bragging about how she got this new car, and I forgot her name. It's some Nollywood actress, but basically they came out and someone made a comment and said something about, now shower work you do, now which one where they brag about something we used to do a shower. Shaq came out, she was vexing that. How would you say that? Yeah, this is her. Hold on, let me play it. Her name is. Hold on.
Destiny Etika. I never heard of her before.
What's the to the voice? Yeah, Destiny actress Destiny Etiko.
I've never heard of her before.
The voice,
Well, what was she saying?
the video is not. Hold on, how come we didn't play that video just now? Joe.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I bought what I love. I love land.
Sorry, I'm going to start it again.
Na what I buy, I no keep person. No. Na what I buy. I bought what I love. I love Land Cruiser Prado. I bought it with my money. Yes. I work hard, I earn money. Google Destiny Tico. Ask of Destiny Tico. I work so hard. There's never, I don't even have time for myself. There's never a day I do not work. I work and I earn good money. So I love a car, I bought it. It's nobody's business. But it's fine. It's fine. Just leave an innocent man alone. Someone I've never met. Tagging to a beautiful family.
So,
they tagged the man.
So they tagged the guy. They tagged the guy that supposedly bought her the car, right? Like it was messy. It was messy. Again, I don't think there's any definitive proof. Yeah, I think this is the guy. I don't think there's any. Yeah, I think that's the guy. Or maybe not.
Yeah, it is. How president of Panama Oil was wrongfully linked with actress new car.
Yeah. So they tagged this guy, right? Yeah. And they were like, she was like, that never happened. Yeah. But there was another guy that allegedly was the one behind it, and they didn't tag the right guy. And the long story short was that it was like a big mess, and it was all this people making accusations, and I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. I just thought it wasn't anything crazy that happened that week. I just thought it was interesting that she had to come out and defend herself. There were a lot of women that were obviously pissed about that, and there were a lot of women too that were like, no, actually, there's proof that this guy bought her the car.
Problem in Nigerian actresses is that first of all, there's a lot, like everybody in the actress, because you just hear one Nigerian actress you've never seen before. But the problem is always that in that industry, so we look at the music industry, for instance, know Tiwa Savage can afford a Bentley, the Davidos, the whiskey, that, but then it's like in their industry, the problem stems from it being mostly women.
Yeah.
Who are the ones who make money. Now it's not an industry that only women work in.
Yeah.
And it's then women who are, you look at that discography or whatever, and it's like only not discography, what's the word?
Or could it be
history,
that,
and they have only 2 movies to their names.
But could it be that?
So that's where people started with the rumors from. And then they've actually had ones that I think it has come out that, some 1 or 2. But could it be that what?
Could it be that the women just get paid more? And maybe they just
I
sort
think
after
if the women
more.
were paid more, they must have to be a lot more, because you just look at their male counterparts.
Yeah.
They're not getting a lot of money. And you hear inside gist, of Nigerian politicians being excited by these actresses, and they're the ones that they want to make. So I do believe where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah.
I don't think every actress.
Yeah.
They're the ones that you see a lot often.
But you think there might be some truth to it?
Of course. And I also believe that there's some actors that have sugar mommies too.
Yeah. The truth of the matter is that I think
it's the entertainment industry. Same thing with musicians.
I think is the condition of Naija. I think that's all. That's what it comes down to.
So it's not
the condition of Naija.
One way. It's both ways too.
It's the condition of Naija. I think because this stuff happens a lot too. Like I was in some rooms where some people were talking about how certain women tend to get like promotions in jobs. Now I'm not saying this is a fact, but
how they look?
Because of the fact that they're able to use their sexuality, right, to advance. And I think now to what extent I don't know, but this seems to be a reality in Nigeria that people tend to ignore, is the fact that a guy, unless it's a woman that he wants to get something from, women are able to use their sexuality to advance more than their male counterparts will be able to use it in Nigeria, period.
We're talking about Mr. Macaroni. His whole comedy skit is based on this.
It is.
His whole comedy ideology is based on it, and he didn't just wake up, and it's a product of it. And people find it funny, you know why? Because it's the product of, it's the environment.
But you see, here's my thing, right? My thing is this: if a Naija actress gets rich because she just happened to have more access to men that wanted to pay for her or whatever, I think she's earned it.
She is now.
I think she's earned it. And I think
the problem,
that's where the balance
the problem stems from. I believe like the problem then stems. The problem that I feel, and that's why I wasn't a fan of like some certain people, is I then feel like you don't owe anybody your source of income, but I now feel like you're now starting to steer it into this whole. That's where the whole small girl, big girl comes from.
Yes.
Like I feel like now you're intentionally trying to mislead other
people.
women. Now so if that's the road you took, it's just like, okay, if I'm a Yahoo boy, I shouldn't be coming to start telling you, making you believe like
that you have some legal way of getting the
because money. I did not. Me, my friends and I are all fraudsters, and we did that. So I feel like why you now? That's where I think the problem then stems from is the whole ideology of coming out to say no. I mean,
the lady shouldn't have responded.
She shouldn't have, and that's where you get people just
that was
ignore
a
it.
mistake. She shouldn't have responded.
You know, it's like, and then the things that they do this quirky kind of captions of, oh, I was in the mood and I just bought myself a. You're fine. You can do these things, but then obviously you need to understand that in a community in Nigeria, people will get pained.
Yes.
People will get pained by seeing your success because they're poor.
Yes, that's right.
Your success can look. That's why I like that girl, that little girl that got married to the Ned Okonkwo guy. That girl was not hiding that she was marrying a billionaire.
What little girl?
The actress, one that is married to that Ned Okonkwo guy. I forgot her name. The guy that has plenty wives.
Really?
Yeah, he's married to another one again from different countries. She's a Nigerian actress. She got married to him.
Oh wow!
Look, she wants to be with a rich man. Be with a rich man.
Yeah, I think, but I do.
What the hell was Cuppy doing?
But I do think it's a reality of the Nigerian system that we live in. It's just, you know,
bro. It is
big man.
Doesn't
small,
mean every girl,
small girl, big God.
It doesn't mean every woman.
It doesn't mean every woman does it.
Did not earn her money.
Yes, but
yeah.
Like women are more likely to be able, but and then in the same token, men are more likely to abuse their power.
Of course. Then there's also even a new trend.
It's a two-way street.
There's even a new trend of men and sugar mummies too now.
Men and sugar mummies, yeah.
So so these actors who also go, or musicians who buff themselves up, try and look pretty and everything, they have access to, you know, if there's one thing I give Bobrisky is at least the honesty in
the middle song
in how money is generated.
Yes.
If at least the honesty is what I give credit to, that, you know what, at least there's honesty here.
Yeah.
There's no I worked hard, you know, just look at it right now. There's no I worked hard, there's no, you know.
And after the break, we'll come back and we'll take
that's
on
it.
the DJ Cuppy stuff. So can you introduce the song for you? Go.
It's called Rush by Dangbana Republic and my G Bella Shmurda, man.
Okay, all right. Rush.
I like Bella Shmurda now.
Dangbana Republic, interesting. Bella Shmurda. Oh, and I saw this song. It's up there on the charts.
Yeah.
All right, check this out, man.
Because I'm moving fast. Them say my matter don't cast, but me I no reply. Why them asking me why? Violence getting high. Mommy I never reply, cause I will, that's my way. Just quest, she on my body divine. Why are you feeling down? Left shots for ginger yourself. Time, chance, 50-50, life and a dice. Rich, poor, last everybody go fine. What's that's again, yeah. I was talking, my dog Ghana, I say shopping, Olofofo, keep on talking, keep on rocking, my dog Kenya, I was talking, I love you back, I say shopping, Olofofo. so ginger yourself. Time, chance, 50-50, life in a dice. Rich, poor, last everybody go find. Them say I'm living in a rush because I'm moving fast. Them say my matter don't cast, but me I no reply. Why them asking me why all this getting high? Mommy I never reply, cause I wait that's nothing can ya. I was talking, my Dogana, I say shopping, Olofofo, keep on talking, Obaba keep on rocking, my love Kenya, I was talking, my love Dubai, I say shopping, Olofofo, keep on rocking, my keep on rocking, my keep on Jesus Christ, she on my body divine. Why are you feeling down? Life is short, so ginger yourself. Time, chance, 50-50, life in a dance. Rich, poor, last everybody go find. You they confuse me.
I think I'm hungry.
You they ginger me. Anytime, any day. You they confuse me.
She is a character. She's a character.
I didn't like that song, dude.
That was DJ Cuppy, man. So DJ Cuppy has been on the news recently for a lot, for all sorts. Before this, she put out this. Was it like a live session?
I don't even know, man.
It was something. She put out some live session, but before she put it out, there was some static between her and Zlatan Ibile, right? I think they had asked Zlatan in some interview about Cuppy, and the guy was like, I don't know who she is. And obviously there was this back and forth, and DJ Cuppy was like, how far now? I think she even responded to him on her Instagram or one of these places. Long story short, this guy, Davido's PA, decided to inject himself in the equation and decided to blame. Was it a tweet or something, or was it a statement he made? Basically saying that DJ Cuppy played Zlatan, like she had a charity event. He had to pay for. He had to pay for his flights, his hotel. He had to pay for his boys, his entourages.
That might have been, I think, was proved wrong actually.
Yeah, and he basically coming in defense of Zlatan, or for why.
I'm not sure why he's the one representing Zlatan or speaking for Zlatan.
And then, but things escalated very quickly.
She said, "See you in court" or something like that.
See you in court, and then before you know it, this was him.
My name is Afiari Israel. I want to apologize to you, Cuppy or Telegram, for my last post between you and the Zlatan issue. I'm very sorry for the embarrassment it has cost you.
God
And
damn.
your person and your family. I want to say, please don't be offended, please. Please don't be offended, please. It will never happen again, please. Maybe I'm retracting that statement. I'm sorry. It's false. It was actually what I heard. Please don't be offended, please. Please. We've been good friends for many years. Including your dad. But please don't be offended, please, Cuppy. Please, thank you very much.
They should have had like clown makeup on while he was doing that.
Who's this guy? This guy said wealthy people think of investment when they have money. Poor people only think of spending. Well, oh no, sorry, this is completely unrelated.
Then I think there's a video like I saw of the video.
My name is Afiari.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
Post.
Kudos to someone like this. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, but that was how it ended. But
He's a clown, man.
But I thought it was indicative of big manism culture.
Yeah.
I thought it was indicative. I mean, that was quick. The guy came out pretty much begging.
Like a clown that he is.
And not just that, he was dobaling for Otedola. There was a picture of him where like he was prostrating for her dad.
I don't know what. Wait, what's that video? Play that
This
video.
one?
Yeah.
This was the video of all of them together, I think. I don't know what was going
My name
on.
is Afiari.
Oh, go back to the first one. Is that a video?
It's not the video.
Zlatan and the video.
It's not a video.
I guess they were laughing.
Zlatan and the video in tears following Israel's public apology to DJ Cuppy. they were cracking up at him.
That's the girl I was talking about.
This one?
The actress, the one to the right that I said with the billionaire.
Oh, this girl. It's conspiracy to assassinate me. Business.
Yeah, it's Ned Okonkwo, that's it.
Okay, but that was what happened with the Israel guy and the DJ Cuppy. But
Look,
and then shortly after, DJ Cuppy then released these live sessions of her hits, her biggest hits, her album. Here's what I respect about her, right? You would admit that she's resilient.
She doesn't care.
Like, she doesn't give a shit. Now, I don't think she's the most talented person, but there's something about her perseverance that I respect. I have to and she comes out and she's proud of herself and she gets a lot of flack. She gets a lot of insults. They make fun of even the way she looks, gossip. But someone else came out, I think it was Kelly Handsome, and he was really, really offended by this video. I don't know if you saw it, but he came out and he was pretty much like lamenting that it's a slap in the face to real artists or something like that.
You should shut the fuck up.
I mean, what's your take on that?
We just said, who's the gatekeeper? We just spoke about gatekeeper.
Yeah.
So who is he to say what music or art is? Art is subjective.
That's true.
So
Yeah,
shut up.
this is what he said.
I go take you to our
He said, if I talk now, haters will say their daily prayer, blah, blah, blah. Your career don't die. You're looking for attention. You're hating. Meanwhile, the person chatting has never stood out for anything in life. No be only gelato, nah, Malawi. What is this? This is an insult to music as a career and an embarrassment to Naija music. This is like mocking real musicians. When did we get here? You cannot buy talent. They would have paid me or someone to write a proper song for her, bring out her British accent and all out. So he is willing to collect.
Of course, he's willing to collect money.
I feel like Kelly Handsome has been bitter for a while.
I
think he's been bitter for a hot second. But
it is. It's a cheap job.
Yeah.
I mean, I've not heard the name Kelly Handsome in a long time. Look, now he's in the media taking jabs at her, and he's gotten his 5 minutes of fame. That's what it is.
Clout. That's
Look,
clout.
she's
It's
not.
like clout.
When it comes to music, she's not talented. Let's call it what it is. She's a Speed Darlington or Vico that has money.
Yeah.
But she did a good job.
Does she produce though?
No.
She's really just
Bro,
a
even
DJ.
her mixes are poor. But I'm telling you, I listened to them. Me, you know me, I laugh. I've downloaded a mix before and I deleted it immediately. It's poor. The transition is poor. The selection is poor.
Yeah.
It's. But I think she likes music. It's just not her forte, like she says when people say she is passionate about it. So, but obviously, here's the thing now. She can afford.
She can
to go after the career.
Yeah.
Do you get?
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, people are salty about that. I don't think it should be. It's not her fault that she can afford to.
Yeah.
And she's doing what she wants to do. You're the one she has almost 7 million followers. You're the people that are following her and giving her the audience. So, in fact, I gave her props for her last album because she kind of took the back seat in terms of the singing. Jollof on the Jet, I like the song.
Yeah. I like that.
It has
song.
Rayvani.
We had it on our playlist.
Yeah, it has Rayvani and what's his face and Rema. She kind of left the singing for. She also has the one with Kwesi.
Yeah.
She left the singing for the
them.
real artist.
So it was like a compilation.
It was almost
album.
like a DJ Khaled kind of stuff. You know, she had her vocals on there, but she knew what she was doing. And I think that album was pretty decent, you know, in terms of like the songs. Now, I mean, I'm not a fan of her musically, not really. But does it bother me what she's doing? No, the same way Speed Darlington or Vico did not bother me when they were releasing their music, and you know, so let her be. If this is like, she can improve, you know, you never know.
You never know.
But her work ethic is something that I think people should look at, you know, because with the amount of hate she gets, and she keeps going at it.
She keeps going at it. It's
and you don't have to listen to it. You don't have to. So when Kelly Handsome is not here,
I mean, the kind of insult that she gets, it's pretty intense. I mean, they shame her body.
Yeah, like, come on. No, well, I will shame her outfit, though. It's kind of like Simi's outfit. It looks like something Simi would wear. No, but yeah, it's no, they just, you know,
yeah. Something else that came up during the past week or so. Did you hear about this girl, the Gorilla Glue girl?
You know, just
I heard about her.
You know, finish it off with the little Got the Big Glue spray. You know, just to keep it in place. Well, I didn't have any more Got the Big Glue spray, so I used this.
She used Gorilla Glue.
Spray. Bad idea. Yo, look, my hair, it don't move. You hear what I'm telling you?
It was like plastic.
I've washed my hair.
Looks laminated.
Is she like Jamaican?
times,
She has like an accent.
and it don't move.
Sound like she from New York.
If where, woo, my hair. So I'm gonna tell y'all like this: if you ever run out of got to be glue spray, don't ever use.
Don't use Gorilla Glue spray.
Like
you think?
Finish it off with the
You think?
You know, just
She's really giving us advice. I mean, it was pretty intense though. She had to have surgery. I mean, at one point she was threatening to sue Gorilla Glue.
That was no. I don't think she's the one that was threatening to sue. It's these overzealous
Other people that were
lawyers
wanted to sue on her behalf.
They were trying to. You know. Look, human beings are funny.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at the end of the day, she has to pay them.
Pay who?
The lawyers.
Yeah.
So I think they were trying to give her. They know there's no case there.
Yeah.
They were trying to give her an idea.
I mean, on the thing, it clearly says only on wood, metal, plastic. In some cases, they even put an asterisk when they put plastic there. And I know this because after this happened, right, I had to do some housework, and I actually
read it.
It came into mind that I needed Gorilla Glue.
Gorilla
So
Glue,
in a way, this was actually like promo for them because I was reminded that I could use Gorilla Glue,
Gorilla Glue
and
is
I
pretty
read
strong.
it. I read the spray. Nowhere does it say you could use it on your hair. Nowhere does it say
not on skin.
Not on skin.
And people are saying, well, hair is not skin. Well, your scalp is skin.
Yeah, people were actually really trying to make an argument.
And they were saying she should sue that, or they should give her an endorsement,
Yeah.
or they should pay her instead of
Why?
Because she made a dumb mistake. Like
she had
let's
surgery
be
to get
honest.
it
Let's be
removed.
honest. I don't know. Like women, they have glue, obviously. So look at it. But at least her hair came back okay. But they have glue.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever they use for their hair. But come on, Gorilla Glue.
Nah, come on now.
Gorilla Glue. Like, do you know how strong that shit is?
Yeah, that was crazy.
It's not super glue. This is Gorilla Glue.
Gorilla
Glue can hold two pieces of metal together.
Yeah, it's pretty strong.
Do you understand?
It's pretty strong. I used it like
how
a few
much
days
did
ago.
she? But I know the first thing she was complaining about her ponytail getting cut off. That was the first thing she said.
Tripping.
And guess what? The guy who did this for free, the doctor, supposedly,
yes,
the Ghanaian doctor, surgeon.
They started coming for him, Abby.
I don't even know.
I heard they came for him that he apparently he cheated or something. Surgeon. I heard that they were coming for him because they said that apparently. Okay, yeah, this is it. Okay, well, maybe it was just a rumor. But I know that I saw somewhere where they were coming for him because apparently they said he may have cheated or something along those lines. But yeah, but it was a Naija guy, I guess.
Oh, he's Ghanaian.
Hey.
Oh, he's Ghanaian.
Can you remove Gorilla Glue from somebody's cap? I said, of course. And I walk off. I brushed it off, and the next thing you know, they were asking questions. I looked up the compound. Okay, the main active ingredient, Gorilla Glue. Polyurethane.
Her name was Tessica Brown.
Figure out the science, how to break it down. So I then decided, I did not want to reinvent the wheel. So we bought chemicals that has components to dissolve. A good solvent. It's a medical grade adhesive remover that we use in the operating room. The company was very generous to us. They brought me some. They even saw me mix it up today when they were here. And then the active ingredient have another.
Harvard educated surgeon. Good for him, Jerry. I hope his business booms as a result.
Yeah, look at the guy now, bad guy.
They
won't posing for them.
Give them
Idris. Idris. Well, but look, I don't know, man. But it's the only thing that is funny to me in this is how the society has turned this woman into a celebrity.
Yeah.
She's verified on Instagram.
She is?
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
It's amazing how quick.
Yeah.
The only problem I see from when people who don't necessarily have, like, I don't know if she has any talent, but off the surface, people who are memes that are made, a situation that are made into celebs, I really do hope they know how to handle it and they do get to make some sort of money from it.
I think people were really invested in her story. I know when it happened, everyone was like trying to figure out what happened, and I think she
Now that it's
engaged
over,
a lot
what
of people.
happens?
Now what happens?
Yeah.
Now what
happens?
happens?
That is over.
But she's gonna go open her own podcast. That's what always happens.
No, usually
or
they sell,
her YouTube page.
YouTube page, or they sell something.
Yeah, or something.
Maybe Gorilla Glue will reach out to her to be an ambassador.
Maybe.
I mean, she's giving them free promo.
I'll tell you though, like, trust me, I didn't think of Gorilla Glue until I saw that stuff, and I realized that, oh shit, there's this cabinet I have that I could use Gorilla Glue for.
Funny, I think she has like, at last I saw
followers
over 500,000 at the time.
Damn.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
That's
like
crazy.
I tried to go through her page to see if there was anything else she was like known for doing, but it's funny. I think we were just interested in saying what happened next.
Anything else going on in Afrobeat, man? Recently, any of the big.
Oh, you see Fela in the Rock of.
Yes. Let's talk about that. So, for those that don't know, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame came out with a list.
Someone's always trying to talk to people on Clubhouse.
Who?
Elon Musk.
Yeah, and the guy's always crashing
Now,
Clubhouse.
would you like to join me for a conversation on Clubhouse?
Who? The Kremlin? Who is that? Kremlin, Russia.
What's the Russian Kremlin? Like, is this guy okay?
Rock and roll. Oh, by the way, I want us to touch on these crazy investments that have been going on lately, because I know you've been getting in. I want to kind of get your take on that. But recently, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame came up with a list of people that they nominated, right?
And the top five get into the Hall of Fame.
So it's top five.
Top five.
And the list was like how many? It was like 15. It was a lot of them, Sha. It was a lot of them. Jay-Z was on the list. Chaka Khan was on the list. Fela Kuti was on the list. LL Cool J. Tina Turner. Rage Against the Machine. New York Dolls. Kate Bush. Foo Fighters. The Go-Go's. Iron Maiden.
Type in Fela's name next to it.
Fela's name next to what?
This search so you can see his position.
Okay.
So at the time, the list was dropped, and somebody put a screenshot of the voting, and Fela was like dead last.
So there's two voting systems. There's one for the fans,
yes,
and there's one that gets conducted by the people themselves, right? I'm asking. I don't know.
I'm not sure, but I know the fan one I know of.
Okay, but I know the fan one definitely factors in too.
Every day, yeah. So this was what somebody posted. Fela was dead last.
He was dead last.
Votes.
Naija people saw that shit.
And then he said, "Hey, someone tweeted this tweet. Said just peeped. Close this picture out."
Yeah, Naija people.
Said, "I just peeped. The Fela Kuti has the lowest amount of votes to be selected for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction. We can't let this happen." No.
Naija went active.
And then scroll down.
Naija went active.
As the last time I checked, no, not even. As the last time I checked, Fela was number one.
Yeah, he was
50-something thousand votes. He shot all the way up.
Naija people went active.
There you go.
Yeah, he went active.
Look at it.
As of at this time, it was 87,000.
Yeah, he's clearly in the lead.
Yeah, Tina Turner is like a distant second.
Somebody was like, "I want Tina Turner to know, say now we do."
I was expecting Jay-Z to be up there too. Jay-Z wasn't really getting votes like that.
I don't think so.
So it looks like he's well on his way. Okay, yeah. So this is what they said: the top 5 artists are selected by the public, will comprise a fans ballot that will be tallied along with the other ballots to choose. You can visit the. Yeah,
he's getting it.
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The parliament weren't expecting so many votes.
So now they're going to try and find a way to not do it, or just have to give it to him. But I think they'll give it to Fela, especially seeing he's dead.
Yeah,
and it's Fela is, you know.
Yeah, I don't think Mary J. Blige is gonna make it. I don't think LL Cool J is gonna make it.
He's gone up now. See where he is now, 60-something thousand.
If Jay-Z couldn't make it, I don't think those ones are gonna make it. But Fela got a lot of support.
2,000, and Nigerians heard about this.
He got a lot of support,
and he's at 50. He's leading it like he's so far.
I don't even think Nigerians knew about how.
No, they didn't know about it.
This shit.
But they were like, "Oh, okay, you are giving us a reason to vote. Okay, we got you." One of our own. That's one thing about Nigerians. One of our own, and that's why a lot of some African countries don't like us.
Yeah.
Like one of our own, don't worry. Yeah. See now, see these votes now. 87.
Yeah, 87,000. And the next Tina Turner has like 60 something.
Yeah.
And then Foo Fighters and
this was somebody that was at 2,000 at a point dead last.
You gotta understand, Nigerians, man, a population of 200 million.
Every day.
People
can vote once a day.
People are voting multiple times.
People
are voting multiple times. Yeah, he leads the list now.
Yeah,
good man. That's
there it is. See,
yeah.
This was 61. So I thought I was going to 53. Yeah. But now, the one you posted was 87.
Yeah, it's gone up. It's gone up. Yeah, so I thought that was a dope story.
I don't even think anybody on that list can get
that many
anybody
votes.
else to vote as much.
Yeah, if he's number one on the list, he at least
to.
he has to get it. He has to. But you know how they might come and they might be like, well, the fan votes is only a certain weighted amount, and they might start doing some GBT
but
there.
I do think Fela will.
He deserves it though. I mean, he's a legend. He's an African legend.
Even if they try to,
his music is still being used.
You know how like country music
in songs
is always,
till today.
Yeah, I think they do also respect Fela for, like, you know, he was not only like they liked him, he was respected at the time.
He was.
Yeah. So I do think the music heads.
He started a whole genre.
Yeah, the music heads know who Fela is.
He pioneered a whole genre. He didn't start it, but he pioneered it.
But the music heads know who Fela is. So I think there's a reason why his name was even on the list in the first place. You know, so
good look, man. Good look, man.
Like,
Good look.
Nigerians are like, this thing, give opportunity to vote.
Everyone was on. Someone said Jay-Z fit get a cannabis company, but Kole Fagbo to Baba Fela. I voted for Fela for Rock and Roll Hall of Fame today. I urge you to do the same to April 30.
To April 30, this guy can reach 1 million votes.
Yeah,
like this. Nigerians.
It's gonna be. But you never. But I know Tina Turner too seems like she deserves it though. I mean, Tina Turner just seems like a name.
But she's top 5, right?
Yeah. What was the other thing that I was?
I was actually funny enough to see how they're in rock and roll.
I was going to talk about so your investments, man. Tell me how well have you been doing? Have you been seeing the wild swings in the market? Did you get into the AMC GameStop?
No.
I got in. I didn't really make anything. You got into Dogecoin, I mean.
Dogecoin, yeah.
You made some money. You made some money. You made a little something.
Ether is my long run.
So I got into Ether too. I got lucky with Ether. Right before it recently shut up again.
Yes.
I got in. I'm starting to get into Bitcoin also.
Yeah. Problem with Bitcoin is I feel like you have to put like 10 stacks down or more.
Yeah, but you can hold fractional shares.
I know, but I'm like, if you're putting like $1,000 down at 47,000, if it shoots up to 57,000, that's just 10%.
Well,
you've made only $100.
From 40,000 to 57. Well, from 47
to 57. Let's say
it's 40 a little, like 15%. It's a little more than 10%.
Let's say 40 to 50 is 10. Okay, it's more than 10%. Yeah, you're right. It's like maybe let's just say 20%. My math is off.
You make 150.
Yeah, you've made, and you put 1K inside. You made 1.2.
Yeah.
It's not as much as if you had put 10 stacks inside, or that's the only problem with Bitcoin or how high it is right now.
Yes. Versus something like Dogecoin that you can it's in a sense.
In a sense, so you buy you buy 50,000 Dogecoins at 3 cents.
Yeah.
And it shoots up to 7 cents.
Yeah, you can make a lot of money,
bro.
You can make a lot of short term. But Bitcoin I think Bitcoin
is long term.
Is long term, and they're saying that it could get as high as $100,000.
I think so too, but Bitcoin is long term, but my hope is, now that Bitcoin is going, they're going to look at what's next.
Yeah.
And Ethereum seems to be the what's next for me.
So do you have any understanding of what Ethereum is?
So it's a decentralized computing platform.
Yes.
So, everybody is anti-government, non-established, so everybody's decentralized.
Yes.
So the idea is you can use their platform to build stuff. Apps and software and stuff like that. Okay. And then their payment method uses tokens called Ether.
Okay.
So that's what.
Oh.
Yes. So that's what it is. So that's the Ethereum. So it's been shooting up. It was at 400 at one earlier at night.
It was at 1600 last time I checked.
I even went as high as 1800, and it broke its previous record, which was 1400 for the longest time.
Wow.
So
how about Dogecoin? Man?
Now Dogecoin is a joke
you really
coin.
took you've been in on it for a while.
I got into
who told you about how did you hear about it?
One of the guys on Clubhouse. One of the older guys on Clubhouse.
Yes.
He called me one day.
I've been in a lot of those stocks
said,
Clubhouse.
He called me one day and said, "Yo, get into Dogecoin," and he got into it at 1 cent.
Wow. Wait, what's 1 cent? Yeah, 1 cent.
And it's shot as high as
it was at 8 cents at one point.
Yeah, so he's made 8 times.
And they're saying that I heard that the creator of the Dogecoin, guess what? The guy he created it so long ago. Even he's shocked.
Yeah, because
The guy lost his job. This was something that he started a while ago. He had to sell all his coins.
Yeah, it's a joke coin.
He had to sell all his coins. The guy drives a Honda Civic. Like, the guy was jobless for a while. Like, the guy is not like balling like that.
So-
this was the creator of Dogecoin. I've got his name, but I was reading about it because I was like, I had to do a little bit of research. I found out that Dogecoin it started as a joke.
A joke, yeah.
So why are people taking it seriously, and why is Elon pushing it so hard?
Elon Musk knows the power he has. So last year, Elon Musk had tweeted about it.
Yes.
And
about Doge or
Dogecoin.
Bitcoin? Okay, because he's tweeted about Bitcoin too.
He's a smart man.
Okay.
He knows. At the end of the day, Florida's mayor just announced. Miami mayor just announced. They're going to start paying people with Bitcoin, cryptocurrency.
Miami mayor said that.
Yeah, they're going to start paying people. Look, I see Bitcoin starting to come into economy.
A lot of institutions are starting to accept
PayPal
it.
is allowing people now to
Yes.
buy.
Cash App allows.
Cash App allows. Visa is starting the thing where they're going to let banks allow you to buy and deposit into your account. You get like your 3 up. So everybody's starting to use it as there's going to become, it might not be a legal tender, but they're finding ways to make it even easier for you to get it and cash out from it and have some, which means in the future there definitely will be people paying for stuff in crypto.
I feel like banks could go extinct as a result of, well, not extinct, but you know what I mean. But the relevance of banks won't be as powerful, but especially central banks.
But Doge, so now everybody's onto Dogecoin.
Yeah, Dogecoin,
or Doge, or whatever. And people, what they're doing with it now is they are buying.
But it's still a joke, right?
It's still a joke coin.
So
but they're buying.
Why does it have value?
Because of it just started with this guy promoting it.
Okay.
But they're buying. The price goes up. And then over the weekend they sell.
They're gonna sell. Yeah.
They sell. They made their profits. The price drops. They buy again during the week. Price goes back up. They keep doing that. So that's what's going on now. I also feel a lot of people are. I got it. I told you I got into it at 3 cents.
Yeah.
The guy that told me about it got it at 1 cent. Now people are getting it at 7 cents, and it's only going up by like a few.
It hasn't
really
gone past
so
8.
I think a lot of people are
cents.
also just like a lot of people got into just because. But see, for someone like me, you put it in at your 3 cents, it gets to your 8 cents. You take out your initial this thing, just leave your profit in there. If this thing shoots up to $1, it shoots up to $1. If it goes down to 0, it goes down to 0.
It shoots up to $1. That would be insane.
Bro,
that would be insane.
If it goes to $1,
so that would be insane.
It shoots up. But I also have Ripple.
Okay, Ripple.
I'm hedging against Ripple. Is it the right word? Beating their lawsuit. They have a lawsuit.
A lawsuit about what?
The SEC.
SEC?
They falsified. Manipulation? Yeah, 1 billion, something like that. I'm hoping they beat that lawsuit.
If they beat it, it'll go up. So you're just speculating.
I got it at 20-something cents at 58.
Okay.
It's been going up small. So, and once again, most of these things, it's only my profits that are inside. So if tomorrow everything should crash and says we're not working, it is what it is.
Yeah. How about stocks? Are there any stocks that you're keen
No, I want to go into. I told you now. I'm trying to do the day trading stuff. So we're starting that pretty soon.
I want to start. I've been doing like my research. That's something that I want to start really taking seriously. I wouldn't call mine day trading. I would call it more swing trading, where I want to be able to make speculative bets but only on money that I can afford to lose.
Oh, that's basically the only advice I give anybody to do.
Only on money, because right now, so here's what's going on. There's a bit of a revolution going on in terms of investing, and it has to do with the fact that there are more and more platforms like Robinhood, for instance, that are allowing people to trade stocks, and not just regular stocks, but like more exotic investment options, like options and calls and puts and all these things. And this was something that wasn't necessarily accessible to the public before.
Yes.
So it's kind of like a game changer. Yeah, you can do it from. This was something that people had to pay brokerages to help them do.
You had
and now
of Wall Street. Now you don't need that.
Yes, you don't need them that. Again. You don't really need them anymore. So you have like these different groups on all these different platforms. There's this one that they call Wall Street Bets, for those that don't know, and this is really important because Wall Street Bets is a Reddit forum. And they started out as 2 million, but like maybe like 1 million. Like they probably started at like a couple 100,000. And there was this one guy on Wall Street Bets for like a year now. I forgot his name, but this guy had been talking about GameStop stocks. He had been saying that basically these Wall Street people, right, they've been shorting the stock. And by shorting the stock, what that means is that Wall Street hedge funds were betting that the stock was going to drop because they didn't see any value in it. And then when Corona came and people weren't going, because GameStop usually it's in malls and people weren't going to the malls.
They were expecting the value to.
They were expecting. So what they ended up doing, they ended up shorting it to the point that they shorted so many stocks that they were shorting stocks that didn't even exist. It was like over 100% of the stocks that they were shorting. Can you imagine betting on stocks that don't even exist? Basically, stocks that people have borrowed from other people. Like, this is
they make money.
What the Wall Street, people don't realize that what Wall Street has been getting away with for years.
Until some people on Reddit decide to wake up and say, you know what, we're going to buy GameStop stocks.
Then these people on this Reddit thread called Wall Street Bets, right? They decided that they were going to band together, right? And they were going to follow this guy. First of all, GameStop recently got acquired. No, not acquired, but they have like this new leader. And there's been some positive news here and there. They also showed that GameStop actually had a lot of cash, because the way GameStop works is that people they have like a monthly fee that they sign up to. So they end up getting a lot of money from people, even though that they may not buy those games immediately, but they end up having a lot of cash on hand. So there were some positives, and this guy, he had kept banging into people's heads. This stock went from like nothing to, at some point it was at like
600-700, I think.
No, well, I know it went as high as 400.
I know it went high.
As high as I know there was a point that was 480. It was really high.
I think it went high.
This was a stock that was less than $10 at one point. It shot up so high. And
you know what happened is the people who decided to short it lost a lot of money.
They lost a lot of money. They
went in the opposite direction.
It went in the opposite direction of what they were betting on. It was brilliant, and there were a lot of people that cashed out from it. There were people that became overnight millionaires.
Of course.
It was like a revolution of stock. And it wasn't just GameStop. There were other stocks that they were doing the same thing too. AMC was one of them. There was this one called Cost. That was one of them. I mean, it was pretty exciting, and this happened like over the last couple of weeks. Anyway, long story short is, obviously, the institutional investors, they kept betting, and they kept shoring and kept shorting the stocks. So eventually the price went down. Now the price went as high as, I know it went as high as 480 at one point. Now it's down to like $50. So
because
obviously there's some people that lost money from it. But that Wall Street Bets, the membership went from like a couple 100,000. Now it's at 8 million.
Because everybody's
there are 8 million people in there.
Wall Street Bets announced they wanted to use Dogecoin next.
Yes, I heard.
Now there's a movement to get Dogecoin to $1.
I heard.
But I don't know
how. The thing is that, so what ends up happening is that, I know what happened with GameStop and AMC was that Robinhood, which is the app that a lot of young people are starting to use, a lot of millennials, people that they get a little bit check, they just throw it in there. What they said happened during the GameStop saga was that they were limiting people's ability to buy.
Yes.
But they were letting people sell.
Yes.
So that kind of messed up the demand.
Yeah.
And it kind of messed up the market. And it was kind of like market manipulation. Now, Robinhood, their excuse was that, no, you had to do their margins and the fact that they couldn't fulfill people trying to cash out necessarily.
Yeah.
And that as a result, because there's like some arbitrary rule, I mean, it's long story short was that they kind of got away with it and they kind of screwed people over, the regular people, in favor of hedge funds.
Even Dogecoin, they limited the transaction.
They do that shit.
So they did.
So that's the problem. So when we're starting to see now that, yes, the democratization of investments is happening, but then you have these little institutional players that are limiting and that are working against the people, and people aren't really crazy about it. But that's what's going on, man. And I will encourage you, if you have money to spare, I think this is the time. I think you should definitely do your research. Don't just go in there, and it should be money that you can only afford to lose.
That's right.
A lot of people are getting to, even my wife, she's like all into like day trading now.
Doge has dropped down to 6 cents now, so
it has. Yeah. I think my average is around 6 cents.
It will pick up.
My average is around 6 cents. I got some at 3 too, but I got some at like 8. So my average came up being like 6
I
cents.
sold. My average has gone up because I sold. At one point, I sold everything.
You did, and then you bought it again.
But it was a higher average. Yeah. So, but like at the end of it, so I'm running a little loss.
Yeah.
But not when I mean loss, I mean from my profits.
Yeah. Okay.
So I still have profits.
Yeah. You've actually made money.
Dude, I did a good job with Doge. I wish I did better.
Yeah.
Because if I literally got in the day that guy told me to get in, I'll have come in at 1 cent.
Oh really?
Rather than 3.
Oh, so but you came in days after.
I came in a week after. Yeah, messaged me saying, "Bro, I hope you bought it that day." And I was like, no." He's like, "What?"
Really?
Like, guy, check your phone. And I was like, fuck.
Okay.
So
That's
but
good to know.
I'm not really like even what I have now, Seth. I'm even thinking at 6 cents, Seth, I can even decide to even add more if I want to add more.
Yeah.
Because like I said, at the end of the day, like you said, you have to put money you don't mind losing.
Yes, money you don't mind losing.
If you put 1K, 2K, $500, $100, just make sure it's not that you're looking for that money tomorrow. Because if not, you won't let this thing rest.
Don't go and use your rent or mortgage.
Yeah, go mortgage on, or your tax return if you need it, man.
Yeah.
Go on,
But I think it's good. I think it'll be smart if people really make sure that they're doing their research. They make.
Don't go blindly. It's like with Ether. I believe that just not because it's a coin. I believe the platform. It says Ether
actually has value.
It's at 1.8. Yeah,
it actually has
value, and it's like the computing platform itself. That's what it's called, Ether.
Yeah,
it's it uses so it's like, look, Ethereum is a decentralized computer platform that uses ETH, also called Ether, to pay transactional fees. So that's the ETH that you're buying.
Yeah.
But Ethereum is backed by the computer. It's made by the computer. So the better that platform does, the higher Ether will go, because you need to use the tokens to make your transactions. And I'm betting that society
is going to realize that this is where we're going to start.
We're going to start, because everybody is see with Robinhood, everybody is going to want to start using platforms that are decentralized.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be told what you can do and what you cannot do. So if they keep going bigger and people start making platforms and apps and software off their platform, the demand, because you need to pay using the Ether, they're going to keep going up. Now you have Litecoin. Problem with Litecoin too is shooting up, but the problem with Litecoin is just Bitcoin that's faster. Okay. And my thing with Litecoin is like, well, Bitcoin is, I think maybe when Bitcoin does get officially starting to use in markets as your transaction, then you can probably start thinking of Litecoin, because now people now want something that's even faster. At this moment, there's no advantage to Litecoin over Bitcoin. It's still like so, but Bitcoin is the number one.
It's funny because my tax guy, you know how long he has been telling me to get into this for years. And I know this guy is probably rich out of his mind now, and that's why he hasn't responded to my taxes, because he's probably looking at me like, which one? How much money do you want to give me?
Years ago, I bought Bitcoin years ago, and this was like 2017 or something like that, and I was one day
must have been around like 10,000 at that point.
Yes, if not less. And one day I decided to sell everything I had to convert to Ripple, because at the time Ripple had gone on from 30 cents to $3
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Coinbase at the time did not sell trade Ripple. So I had to get this system that allowed you to buy Ripple, then transfer it to a wallet.
What was it called?
I can't remember.
Okay.
So I took out all my crypto, my Bitcoin, transferred it to this platform.
Yeah.
And then used it to convert to buy Ripple. So I bought a lot of Ripple at the time. Then I left it in that platform. For years, I'd forgotten about it. I looked it up, and I was like, let me one day log in and get my Ripple, only to realize that that platform has been scammed in terms of the owner took everybody's money, and the platform no longer exists. The system is done, and I've lost everything. I'm trying to find if there's like a lawsuit against it, but I've lost everything. And I now did a conversion rate to find out that Bitcoin, if I had kept it today, would have been it will have been at least 20 something K. worth of, if not more,
Bitcoin.
of Bitcoin.
Wow.
Because it was almost 0.5.
Yeah, so like half of
Like
what
half
it's
of what
worth
it's
now.
worth now. Yeah.
Wow.
I know, man. So no Ripple, no Bitcoin.
Wow.
It's gone. And that because the problem, the lesson learned from there is, at the time, this was done blindly.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's why it's important that whatever platforms you use, make sure you
and then
vet
you
them.
start vetting them too.
So I heard now
Coinbase and Robinhood.
I even heard that Coinbase now. Be careful with Coinbase, because with Coinbase they can tax you. With Coinbase. So what one of my guys told me was that what you really want to get is Binance. Binance US. And that way, and I'm not telling people how to evade taxes here. No, that's not what I'm doing. I'm just saying that in Coinbase, it's more likely for them to be able to like tax you. And what everyone has been saying is that you want to get Binance US, and that way, because it's owned by a company that's not a US company.
Okay.
Even though they call it Binance US, there's a regular Binance and then there's Binance US, and they say that that's what you want to use to buy your cryptos.
Okay.
Because that way you don't have to. You don't necessarily have to pay taxes unless you're cashing it in and you're somehow bringing in as dollars, right, to your account. Then you have to pay taxes. But you can see how with Coinbase, if you make earnings, you don't have to cash it out. If you make earnings from it, that could be taxed.
Okay.
So that's something to just.
I would look
keep
into,
track of.
because I need to even get rid of my Coinbase has stopped trading with Ripple, so my Ripple is just there. I can't trade, but I can transfer.
Oh, you can
to another wallet. So I need to find a platform that has aligned. Yeah, Coinbase, because Coinbase says because of the lawsuits, they have suspended trading of Ripple.
They have.
And Coinbase doesn't have Doge or Doge, however you want to call it. So I use.
They don't have Doge. Yeah, I used Robinhood for Doge.
So it's So lesson learned is I got scammed by that, and then the second lesson is don't really get into this thing blindly.
Yeah.
There's everyone is telling you.
Yeah.
Buy Dogecoin. Now, obviously, it makes sense, but why are you even buying it?
You can buy at the wrong time.
You can buy at the wrong time. Because imagine
there was a time we went from 8 and went back to 3. You know that, right? And people lost.
Yes. So imagine you heard someone tell you it went from 3 to 8 and you're like, oh shit. And then you take, I get this rent, I won't pay. Let me take this money, go and buy it. And then it goes down to 3. You've lost more than 50% of your money.
But whenever you win, there's a high. There's a high that comes with that.
There's
a high that comes with that shit. Just like shit, man. So I took money from. I mean, the way I always justify it in my head is I'm like, I took money from this fucking Wall Street, even though that's not really how it works. But in my head, I'm thinking.
So I mean, but I'm gonna go into the day trading.
Yeah, man, that's
I'm gonna leave all my crypto in there. If it goes to 0, fine.
Yeah.
The worst case scenario is it goes to 0.
Yeah.
Best case scenario is it goes into.
You know what I did? I got all the apps, especially after Robinhood started limiting people from buying. Because from buying, what ended up happening, if people are if there are more people selling than buying, then it reduces demand and it makes the price go down. So after that shit, I was like, I just got all of them. I got E-Trade. I don't necessarily have money in all of them, but I just said, let me just in case if something comes up and Robinhood is limiting people from buying a certain stock, I can go to another app. So I got that. I got E-Trade. I got Binance. I got Coinbase. I got most of my crypto in Coinbase. I need to transfer it out. I haven't done that yet. I got Webull. There's another one called Webull. The good thing about Webull is that
crypto.com. So
yeah, the good thing about Webull is that you can do after hours trading
with the regular stocks.
Yes, you can start trading. You know how we all wait till 9 o'clock or 9:30. Well, in Robinhood it's 9 o'clock, Abby.
It's early. I think it's 9. Yeah.
In Webull you can start trading for as early as I think 7 a.m. or something like that, something ridiculous like that. So you can get in. You know how some stocks in the after hours you'll have been seeing that they've already been rising.
But there's nothing. You have to wait.
But then sometimes we see what happened to me right a couple of days ago. Is I was seeing, I think it was the wheat stocks. I don't know if you heard about it recently, but it was wheat stocks. So like a few days ago that were booming. Sundial. There was another one called Tilray. There was another one called Afria or something like that. They were booming. It was that one day in the early morning when people had Webull, it was booming. I came in at 9 o'clock. I bought right in. dude, this shit just kept going down.
Everybody was
This shit just kept going down. I was like, these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I was so mad. And then I heard Robin Hood say limiting buys again. I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me.
But you say you're doing swing trading, so
yeah. So swing trading is different. So day trading is the people that they want to close out of their account by the end of the day. They want to play in the market, make their money, and they're done.
Out.
Swing trading, it's more of, it could be days, it could be weeks even.
Swing trading is what people are doing with like Dogecoin.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Where it's kind of like value investing, where they feel like, but Dogecoin is really more like, is like playing the lottery, because you're just luck. Yeah. But there's some companies that you feel like for instance, there's this weed company that they recently had a merger announcement. Tilray is the name of the company, and they're merging with a bigger company. The merger has been announced. The stock price has gone up, but it hasn't been finalized, and it's supposed to be finalized before the mid-year. So, like that kind of company, I'll park maybe some money that I can afford to lose. I'll wait, and I'm thinking that if the good news comes and the merger gets executed, it's gonna go up. But it's also a risk, because if it doesn't get executed, I can lose my money too. So that's
day trading. I put in X amount a day, and
you're out.
And I'm out.
You're out.
Once I reach my goal,
you're out. Yeah, that's what my my wife kind of does.
Usually a certain percentage.
Yep.
Once you reach that goal, you're out.
You're
you
out.
don't even care if it's going. If you like, you should reach 30. No, I'm out.
You're out. You're out.
And you take that profit and you keep it. The next day you start again.
And this is what, like, a lot of Wall Street used to do. We never had this option.
And the beauty about it is now I have options. Like, we all work. I'm working from home, so it's not hard to have. I have 3 laptops, 3 screens. It's not hard to have one screen watching it while I'm working. And I put it. At the time I reach my goal like this, hold on, guys. I just click. They click on a button. I'm done for the day.
Trade. It's dope. It's dope. Man.
Then tomorrow again, I wake up. I do it. I have TV on if I want to watch CNBC. I have, like, so it's. I have the screen ready to go.
You have it there, and if we were back at work, you wouldn't be able to pull
that off because you're working. You really want to be here. So it's beautiful now. You just
it is.
Do it. You get it. So like, but the thing, like, it's there's a risk. There'll be days where your money goes down. You lose money. There'll be days you make money. It's also commitment. And you need to make more money. You need to put more money inside.
And sometimes as a day trader, when you lose money, you might be tempted to stay,
and then you keep losing more. You're like, okay, maybe to come back and keep going down. So, or you make money and you're like, this thing's going up, let me stay, and then you wait a few minutes too late,
and you just go down.
Like, so at the end of the day, I think the best thing about it is commitment. Just know that even if this thing is going higher than expected, just leave when you say you want to. It's like poker now.
But what I like about it too is that I'm really learning about a lot of these companies. I'm learning about how to read financial. I've always known how to read financial metrics, but I'm learning it on a different level now.
It also helps you understand the direction the economy is going. So you get to, because you start to. It's very interesting how it's very complex, but it's easy to learn. It makes you understand, like with all the electric cars, and you start getting interested in things like, what's going on, what laws are being passed, what mergers are happening, who's doing this,
you start paying attention to legislation.
You start paying attention, in this
even in like different countries, you start paying attention, like, wait, have they approved the kidney in this country?
Yes, in this country, which I feel like is not every time where you should be only talking about sex and WAP and everything. I think sometimes you need to also just know what's going on.
Do you ever go on those stock rooms in Clubhouse? Abi's on there, man. Abi's on there.
No,
in the morning, that's when I'm usually there.
There's one I'm trying to understand. It's Bitcoin Cash. It's also going up.
Yeah, it's different from Bitcoin.
It's a fork of Bitcoin that
it's a fork of
more transaction capacity. Okay.
Yeah.
No, but no, I have an issue with people. I feel like people don't know how to really teach on Clubhouse. Then I'm also not a fan of, I'm inside the room every 5 seconds they're giving me disclaimer that this is just my opinion of the stocks. It's like, guy, I've heard it and I'm here to, but I do have like people that I would rather be able to call one-on-one and have them break, because it's easier because like even in the stockroom they can explain stuff to you, but then you might not be able to ask too many questions because there are a lot of people to have questions. But like I'd rather have someone that one-on-one I can talk to, so that's what I try to seek from, is like people I could talk to one-on-one.
And you're probably also in a bunch of like stock threads too,
I've been in one since that does Forex for years, but I'm not getting into Forex. I'd rather get into crypto. There's one that does Forex. I wanted
anything
to do one
that
time.
the government has any play in. I
wanted to do one time, but I was just like, I'd rather do crypto instead. So like, and you read up on stuff. You know, it's amazing. It's a time to be alive, man.
Yeah, what a time to be alive.
Like, bro,
the democratization of the investment skinny.
Everybody's going rogue. That whole decentralized thing.
That's the movement. That's the move. Decentralized.
That's the movement.
So
good luck with your stocks. Man. Let us know how it goes.
Their final song for us. So is there any other thing? Do you want to quickly touch on Smiler and Sufferer of the Week? We got any?
No, you can play the song for the closing song.
We played that already now. Yeah.
Well, Sufferer and Smiler of the Week. I don't have.
You don't have?
Well, I'll say Sufferer has to be Nigerian government still.
Nigerian government.
Can do this one actually. Yeah, Nigerian government.
Nigerian government is Sufferer of the Week, but they're not.
Today,
but they're not really suffering now. They're still kind of winning right now.
Yeah, with the rubbish they pulled today, man.
All right, man. Just as a reminder, please don't forget. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. Smiling_Sufferer. On Facebook, we are Smiling Sufferer. Just search for us. On Twitter, we are @SmilingPod. And we're on YouTube. Please subscribe. Hit the notification button. And yeah, we're gonna be actually hopping on Clubhouse very soon. We'll probably make an announcement on our Twitter page and our Instagram page. But we're gonna make our debut on Clubhouse shortly. We'll let y'all know. And so we might end up having some audience members that chime in every now and again. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Wale, any last words?
Nope.
You good?
I'm Gucci.
All right, bro. This is
Oh yeah, Young Girl dropped you know, I like Young Girl, man. He dropped an album called Yardman King Size.
It looks different on here. Do you know this?
Well, no, because that's the single.
Oh, that's the single.
The one I showed you is from the album cover itself.
But it's the same song.
It should be the same song.
Okay.
But it's called Operator. It's one of the songs off the album.
So he released an album.
He released an album called Yardman King Size. I'm a big fan of Young L. There you go. That's the album. So the second song, right?
Okay.
So I'm a big fan of Young L. You know, so.
Naija man.
Yeah, Young L. I don't know.
You played this song before, Abby?
We've played Eve. I think we played Eve Bounce with remix with Wizkid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he has a I like him. Young L. He's one of these people that has like his own fan base, and I like him. He's like I don't want to say dance or hall kind of guy, but he's not bad. I like the guy. Yeah.
All right. This album is Yardman King Size. This is Operator by Young Girl. All right, guys. Take it easy.
Hello, Miss Operator. Hello, Miss Operator. Me like the way that you're not bouncing up the speaker. Bust one shot, buckle up your bumper. Me say bust one shot, buckle up your bumper. Hello, Miss Operator. Me like the way that you're not bouncing up the speaker. Bust one shot, buckle up your bumper. Me say bust one shot, buckle up your bumper.
You know me like her. African girl in the center. The way she coil up her body like a viper. I swear to God tonight I'm eating the vagina. I what you say, my big booty baza. Tell me girl, you ever been in designer? Me say the Louis, the Birkin, the Prada. Me take you first class straight to Jamaica. I what you say, ma, me tell you.
Hello, Miss
Miss Operator. Me like the way that you na bouncing up the speaker. Bust one shot, buckle up your bumper. Me say bust one shot, buckle up your bumper. Hello, Miss Operator. Me like the way that you na bouncing up the speaker. Bust one shot, buckle up your bumper. Yeah, me say bust one shot, buckle. You know me dot my eyes, cross my T's. You be your body we make a yard man freeze. Only 2 seconds, me say everything bust. This a madness, me say everything bust. Say that pretty kitty lit. Got 9 lives, so me kill it back to back. Boom, boom, homicide. Mr. Mali know the lock. That's a big fact. Yell one cheese, that's a big mac. Cause I see your body moving, moving. And if it took us something, something. And I hear your body calling, calling. Say I hear your body ringing, ring, ring. Hello? Hello, Miss Operator. Me like the way that you na bouncing up the speaker. Bust one shot, buckle up your bumper. They say bust one shot, buckle up your bumper. Hello, Miss Operator. Me like the way that you na bouncing up the speaker. Bust one shot, buckle up your bumper. They say bust one shot, buckle up your bumper.